because you were like, no, don't record yet. All right, what's going on, In the Loop fans? This is Clint Novak, and this is In the Loop on the road. We're on our way down to King's Dominion. We've got my fiance Sherry.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Sherry.
Hi.
I am driving. Don't do that.
You grabbed my hands.
we got Anne in the back seat there. She's going to be our back seat driver. And we just got cut off by a really big bus, and we weren't recording because they're like, what are we going to talk about? And I was like, well, let's talk about what we're going to talk about. Oh shit, a bus! And then we missed it all because we weren't recording.
Now we get to talk about almost getting hit by a bus.
Yeah. Oh shit, a bus! Oh shit, cops.
We can reenact it.
Yeah. In the Loop promise, if we do get pulled over while doing the YouTube video, we will continue rolling while being pulled over.
Oh my God.
But I'm such a grandma driver that we probably won't get pulled over. I haven't gotten pulled over.
Driving my car.
I have not gotten pulled over in like... Have I been pulled over since we've been dating?
Yeah.
What was it for?
I think it was your expired tags.
That doesn't count.
It's still being pulled over.
It's not a driving violation. That's just a being lazy, not getting your tags violation. I don't think I've gotten pulled... I got pulled over for speeding going to Ohio. It would have had to have been like 3 or 4 years ago, on the way to King's Dominion, Kings Island. So it's been a while, but I used to get tickets all the time. It was crazy.
If you don't remember it, it doesn't count.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, there's a lot of things in my life that doesn't count. When I was a kid, when I was old enough to drive, I got speeding tickets all the time. Like, it was to the point where my driver's license, they took it away because I'd gotten so many speeding tickets back in Minnesota. It was like, they'd pull me over and be like, Clint, what are you doing? This is like the 5th time this week. It was horrible. I got pulled over in a radio station van, going 90 in a 55, with the morning show co-host in the car. It was crazy. It was nuts. He talked him out of the ticket because he was the morning show co-host, and he was like, oh, hey there, Doug. Yeah, Clint was going a little fast. Yeah, he needs to slow down. Yeah, he's just, just a kid. And then they didn't let me drive the van anymore. All right, so before we get into roller coaster talk, we just did a shady deal in the parking lot of Target off of 610. That's right, Girl Scout cookie time. We, it felt like the shadiest deal ever. Like,
it looked pretty shady.
we pitched together in the car, me and Ann, pitched together $4 to get a box of Girl Scout cookies. I did $2, she did $2.
Then I threatened to take the $2 back because they were not smoked.
She gives me the $2, so it's in hand. I am now giddy because I'm getting Girl Scout cookies for breakfast. And she goes, wait, what? Wait. What kind of cookies are we getting? And I was like, let me list off what I like. Thin Mints? And I expected her face to go, yes, Thin Mints. No, she gave me the continue on. I was like, shortbread. And she's like, continuing on. Now, those are my 2 go-to cookies. So at that point, I'm like, well, crap. Now I have to pick cookies that I wouldn't necessarily choose, but I would choose in this case because I need Girl Scout cookies. So I was like, the peanut butter ones? And she's just looking at me. And I was like, okay, what cookies do you like? And she goes, Samoan. I'm like, I can't do the coconut. Coconut kills me. She's like, no deal. Give me back my $2. That's when I just ran out of the car and ran over there and gave me 2 boxes of Thin Mints. It's in their hands. You can ask them for your $2 back.
Just threw the money at it.
Making it rain at the Girl Scout booth. So we've got our. Are you going to open this up so we can have some Girl Scout cookies?
I'm not eating them, so I'll give it to Anne to open.
Oh, Anne. Well, now you just gave the box to Anne. She's not going to give me any cookies. Are you kidding me?
She doesn't even like them.
We're going to get down to King's Dominion. She's going to use it as a form of currency. She's going to be like, I'll trade you 7 Thin Mints for that half-drinking Starbucks coffee.
No, I would never trade Thin Mints for Starbucks. Not worth it.
All right, so we are on our way down to King's Dominion. We had a chance to go yesterday very briefly. Well, I went very briefly. These guys stayed pretty much the whole day. And it was freezing cold. It was like the high was not even 40.
Yeah.
Or was it 40?
I think it got up to 39.
It was very, very windy. So, we almost dropped cookies.
Oh, sorry.
She's gonna get quiet.
Food time.
Well, I can talk, but I didn't know what you were about to say, so.
It was cold.
It was
It was
freezing.
freaking cold, yeah. Very windy, and so that made it even colder.
Almost no rides were open.
My fiance said you should wear long sleeves today. Maybe not long sleeves. You should wear long underwear today. And I was like, I'm not wearing long underwear today. I will be fine. And then the whole day she was like, see, you should have wore long underwear. I was like, right. It's crazy. So yeah, there was no rides open.
Anaconda was open.
Anaconda
For
was
about
open.
an hour.
Anne is known for riding Anaconda. She's
That's her name.
Anaconda Anne.
Anaconda Anne.
How'd you get that name, Anne?
You guys.
Yeah.
We gave it to you?
Yeah.
Because you really like Anaconda.
Yeah.
That was not like a forum name back in Coaster days when you're forums?
It was.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
I guess I gave it to myself though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like you were Anaconda
I didn't
Anne
expect
before
for
I
it to
met
catch
you.
on like it did.
Maybe you just meant that coaster people in general call you Anaconda Anne. Maybe
Yeah.
that's okay. So Anaconda was open. There was a couple wood coasters that were open. The big coasters, did Intimidator ever open?
No.
Volcano ever open?
No. It was testing all day though.
It was testing all day, but never open. Yeah, it was very cold. So if you don't already know, steel coasters, depending on the manufacturer, the make, and what they have set up, the coaster can't open until it hits a certain weather degrees.
Shockwave was open all day.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what
We-
Togo obviously
we
doesn't have
avoided
those.
that,
Yeah. Intamin, it's usually somewhere between 40 and 45 degrees, somewhere in there. Intimidator.
EM's 40.
Intimidator is usually a coaster that I thought could open up a little earlier because they actually have warmers on the wheels to get them warmed up and ready to go. That might not be the case because it never
Maybe
opened
not on the
yesterday.
first day.
King's Dominion said like 42.
42?
For Dominator and Intimidator.
We're supposed to get up to 50 today, so fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, we'll get some roller coasters in.
Yeah.
There was they're in their spring bloom thing, their spring festival. They have a list of bands and stuff that are going to be performing. It looks like they did up the International Street a little more than they would. It's not spectacular. There's not things everywhere, but there's some more. It looks like plastic flowers and stuff.
Yeah, a few more than last year, I think.
Yeah, they have some pinwheels up. The pinwheels
Oh,
around
those
the
were
fountain.
cool looking
Yeah.
actually, because they were spinning all day.
Yeah, it was very windy.
Yeah.
So they're big pinwheels.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the? I know you guys went in the one gift shop and you said you didn't see any new shirts, but did you guys
They had-
go in the?
Yeah, come on.
I went in the one on the right side as you exit, and they had some cool shirts in there. I don't even think I posted them to the In the Loop page.
They have a lot of
Yeah, I don't think I did
vintage
either.
looking, like retro ones, like long sleeves.
Yeah, that's the. I think it's
Yeah.
like they have a red, white, and blue section.
that one.
Yeah, that was
that's
cool.
the one that I took a picture of. So there are also some new food options too. We didn't get a chance. We had a chance to talk to Chef Paul for a brief, like 2 minutes, while
Yeah.
he was
Maybe
running
not
around like
even.
crazy. We had. I did the beef brisket sandwich at Wayside Grill. Wayside Grill is the one that's closest to the Flume. And it was amazing. The brisket was just like Busch Gardens brisket. Like, it was very tender, lots of flavor. It was in a sandwich form, so you don't get a lot of it. And then the bread was also pretty good too, but you know, the bread probably came in yesterday, so
Yeah.
it's not going to be bad yet. You did the chicken?
I did the barbecue pulled chicken. It was really good. The bread was really good. I was impressed because I've had chicken sandwiches and burgers there before, and so I was just like, oh, okay. But the bread was really good. I was really happy with it.
And I guess the coleslaw.
The
they
coleslaw
did
wasn't
something different.
awful,
It wasn't
so,
awful.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. And Chef Paul did something new with the fries at the Wayside Grill. So you're not getting the typical
yeah.
fries. You're still getting
Slider
fries. Is it slider or sidewinder?
Sidewinder. That's what it was,
Sidewinder
yeah.
fries. So they're fries that are cut into. They're like the thick potato wedge fries, but they're cut into a spiral. It was really weird.
Yeah, they were good though. And I don't like fries.
Now, one thing that they're advertising on their website, we had said to Chef Paul last year, when we do last year we would do the meal deal a lot of the all you can eat all day because I'm a fat guy, and when you would do it, it was always, you get a burger and fries, you get this and fries, that and fries. The only two things that didn't come with fries was pizza or burritos, which we did eat a lot of orders. But everything else came with fries. We experienced this more so at Dorney Park, because there, everything does come with fries, even your pizza. So it was like we wanted another option. Was there a salad option, a fruit cup option? No, just fries. That's all you're getting is fries. So we told Chef Paul that, and it looks like on the website they have actually addressed that issue by saying, hey, you don't want fries? Here's some other alternative sides that we're putting in the mix. But we didn't ever find any of those sides.
But there's a couple places we still have to go, and I think that the menu is upgrading throughout the season, because some of the places we walked in, they're like, oh, we haven't gotten the new menu yet, or it's not up yet. So hopefully some more stuff will come out.
What were some of the sides? I know cucumber salad is one of them.
Yeah, and pasta salad.
Cucumber salad.
Tomato cucumber salad, yeah.
All right. Very nice. Anne, what did you end up eating yesterday?
She had a good experience.
She had a good?
No.
Oh, you didn't get the dining pass.
Well, no.
Okay. There's this year Cedar Fair is offering a all season long dining pass, similar to what Six Flags has been doing. Me and Sherry added that to our pass. I don't even know how much it was. I just paid the payment plan, and it was in the middle of the night.
$100 extra.
$100 extra. Yeah, okay, so far I've only got $14 worth in that. Are we getting souvenir cups today? Are we getting one at least today?
Well, I mean, I already bought the pass, but I wasn't going to do it today since it's a short day. If I'm going to do all you can drink in one day.
But we need something to drink. With the pass, you do not get a drink. That's the sucky part. They make you get the souvenir.
I mean,
cup.
if you,
I haven't gotten one yet either.
So we could share?
No.
No.
Well, we can do like the 2 for $12. Or...
Yeah.
Keep talking, Anne.
Oh. Well, the more you get, the cheaper it is. So 3 is 10.
You can talk about your soda yesterday, Anne.
No, I'm not going to talk about that soda. I've already blocked it out.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. I forgot about it. It didn't happen.
Soda. It's disgusting.
Was there no carbonation?
Not at all. I mean, there was hardly any soda in it. It just tasted like soda-flavored water.
Well, at the front gate, and this is a little King's Dominion tip for the people who don't know, you can get souvenir cups in the morning or early afternoon, depending on how quickly. They only do a certain amount of them. They do $10 souvenir cups for cash at the front gate. So you give them $10, you're going to get a souvenir cup that's refillable for the rest of the day for free. It's usually a pretty good deal, because around the park, what is it? How much is a souvenir cup usually?
It's $14.99 for one person.
$14.99. So you're saving $5. They do the group rate. If you buy 5 or 4 or whatever, you get a certain amount. But the best deal is at the front gate. You buy 1 cup, $10, and you can fill it up the rest of the day. The rest of the season is 99 cents, which is going to help out when we do this all-year dining thing. So normally what we do,
You can fill it up
Sherry
with
and
water,
myself.
too.
Yeah, oh, wow. Ugh, water.
Or if you have 2 friends, it's 10 too. So.
Yeah, we what we normally do is we'll buy the cup. Like, let's say we almost every time we go to King's Dominion, we're with somebody, and most of the time somebody who doesn't come to King's Dominion often. So we say, hey, you want to share a cup? We'll all pitch in, and so we get, each of us throw in like $3 or whatever. We get the cup, and then we let them keep the cup at the end of the day, because our souvenir, we have a dedicated storage unit
Your van was
to
full of
souvenir
them.
cups.
Gross.
I'm pretty sure other people just forget their. I think I got 7 Hershey Park souvenir cups in my van right now.
We only went there
one
once.
shelf in my pantry at home that just has souvenir cups on
Now, do you ever use your souvenir cups when you're not at a park?
No.
Okay, some of my friends do.
I used to use them to go to the gym.
Right? Yeah.
I don't anymore.
They're leaky now.
They're
Especially
leaky.
the King's Dominion, like Cedar Fair ones.
What about the one that was shaped like Woodstock's head?
Oh, I never got Woodstock. I got Snoopy.
I had Snoopy.
I need to get Woodstock. I don't know how. I have to get on eBay or something to find Woodstock.
I'm sure we know people with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed about that. So you guys had a chance to go to Dollywood.
Yep.
This was Sherry's first real time to Dollywood, because she did go as a film shoot, which is a whole nother experience.
Definitely.
It was her first time. We went down there. Was the Great American Country Channel, or what was it?
Yeah, Great American Country.
And at All American Amusement Parks.
Yep.
Those are two names that are just all
They're
patriotic
really long,
right there.
yeah.
It's just like,
Oh, yeah.
let's be as southern as we can. The Great American Country Channel presents the All American Amusement Parks.
I think it was like in between like shows about raising pigs and country music videos.
That's
so.
exactly where an episode of Dollywood should be. So actually, it wasn't even an episode. It was, they highlighted 3 parks: Dorney Park, Busch Gardens, and Dollywood. And we were honored because we got the longest segment.
Yeah.
Now, out of 3 segments and a half-hour show, each segment should only be around 6-7 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we got 9. The first one only got like 4 or 5. So we were pretty lucky to get the longest segment. And I had been to Dollywood several times. She had never been. And so we got there really early before the park opened at like 7 a.m. for our casting call to get our makeup and hair did up.
Yeah, that went well.
Which that did
not happen.
JD has a personal hair and makeup guy who all she does is
It was a girl.
All she does is follow him around and fix his hair.
And dabs him with
Yeah, and when we said I need a little help, she just kind of and walks away.
Yeah.
But
we
which probably
bringing
needs
us water though,
which
so that was
probably
nice.
means no, you need a lot of help. There's nothing I can do with that. But yeah, they got us all mic'd up, and we got to ride some rides. But now you actually had a chance to go for the real experience. And Anne, this was your first time to Dollywood. So what did you guys think? What was some parts that you liked about it?
Go Anne.
Really, like the employees were fantastic. I mean, you know, they weren't rude at all. Like they were very courteous, especially in the restaurants. Like they were just the nicest people. Like they would just say, you know, where are you from, talk to you, joke around, stuff like that. It's not something I'm particularly used to being from the Maryland, Virginia area. So
it wasn't just
get out of my park.
Yeah,
it wasn't just a bunch of 17-year-olds. Were grumpy. It was actually people that wanted to be there, and yeah, you're right. They asked about us, and yeah, they remembered us. Like
they were genuinely interested in like getting to know us and
exactly,
to us. Especially like a courtesy.
Especially Duck Guy. At Aunt Granny's, he was awesome.
What?
Our waiter, he had this little rubber duck on his shoulder, and so we called him Duck Guy. He was really nice.
Aunt Granny's.
Aunt Granny's was
You guys
amazing.
went and ate at Aunt Granny's without
The
me.
food was great too.
Well, they did ask where I would like to eat, and I picked Aunt Granny's, so you can blame me for that.
The one thing I'm most upset about their trip is Sherry did not go and eat spaghetti ice cream at the island of Pigeon Forge.
I gave up dessert for Lent, so I wasn't able to.
We had,
This morning.
we had
encouraged
awesome
them.
daiquiris, though.
You had
We didn't have
daiquiris?
daiquiris.
Daiquiris is not dessert?
I'm sorry, those daiquiris were amazing. No, daiquiris not dessert.
Daiquiris were amazing.
It was berry lemonade flavor.
So,
that is a drink. That's not a dessert.
We pull into the Target parking lot to pick up Ann, and the Girl Scouts have their little thing, and there's dancing Thin Mints out there doing their, hey, come buy our Girl Scout cookies. I go, hey, Sherry, give me $2. I want to get some Girl Scout cookies. She goes, the only way we're getting cookies is if you share some for me. And I said, share some? She goes, I can't eat any cookies.
Not until next week.
Until next week. I gave it up for Lent. And I go, cookies at this time are breakfast. That's fine. You're not eating dessert. It's breakfast. Evidently, cookies at 10 a.m. is not breakfast.
It's a dessert food.
All right. So, any highlights in Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg?
The mountain coasters, I think.
Yeah.
Whoa! What?
It was okay this time.
No. So we went for the film shoot. I need to calm down. We went to the film shoot. Afterwards, we didn't have a lot of time in Pigeon Forge. Everything closed down early. It was kind of the, not the top of their season. We still had enough time to get on the Smoky Mountain Alpine coaster. We rush over there. It's already dark. There's a long line. We get in line, and she's nervous, which is mind-boggling to me, because she will go on the skyscraper at Cedar Point and giggle like a schoolgirl with her hands up in the air, and I'm like, wah! And she's having a great time. But this little mountain coaster is scaring her. And
Not to mention, it was dark out.
I don't care. She gets off of the coaster and she says she was crying. She would never ever go on another mountain coaster again. Never, ever, ever go on a mountain coaster again. No.
She had to be forced into it. Like, we had to convince her to do it, and then I went with her on all 3.
Yes. I had handle. I had no gas or brake.
No gas.
Whatever. No brake.
When I'm on a mountain coaster, I always have gas.
No brake. And so I just had the little handle, and I was like, okay, I can just concentrate on this. And
concentrate on what? The handle?
Yeah.
The handle doesn't do anything.
I know. That's what I like.
I was controlling it.
She was controlling it. And you know I would have been better on the mountain coaster if you and I had been able to ride together, but you said no. So.
The coaster at Goats on the Roof was probably the most terrifying.
It was so scary, but it was also probably the best.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I definitely had tears when I got off.
Braden talked a lot about the Goats on the Roof podcast, on the In the Loop road trip.
Did he tell you how nobody knew that there were goats on the roof except for me?
Yes, he said that he was expecting plastic goats or something, and then they got there, there were real goats on the roof. So, all right. Anything else you guys want to touch on about Dollywood? That you guys had fun? Any stories or anything? No. No, you guys are
Not
good.
that I can think of.
Brian's cumbersome remarks
Yes.
at the Pancake House was probably the best thing ever. We were making jokes about some of the words that they use for just like ride descriptions on Mystery Mine, and they had a thing that you could read inside of the mine card that was talking about cumbersome objects, and it was just a really random word to see on there. We're like, cumbersome, really? Who uses that anymore? And then there was like another comment on the what was the swing ride? SS.
Barn Chaser? Barnstormer?
Barn.
Something
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so on that one they were talking about like loose articles. Like an announcement, and they actually mentioned Crocs in the announcement.
Yeah. Please
like,
remove your Crocs before riding.
Before with somebody's Croc flying off.
Oh, I just got hit in the head with a Croc.
Just one Croc.
But like, just one.
A pair of Crocs took out a whole family of 4 yesterday at Dollywood.
No, but on the way out of a Pancake House, we were waiting for these people to all get into a truck. I know, go figure. A Pancake House in Gatlinburg.
No!
We found the one.
Just one.
It was tough, but we really wanted pancakes.
For those of you who don't know, there's no way that there's pancake houses everywhere. I was trying to come up with a good analogy to say there's a shit ton of pancake houses in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, but in all reality, there's no way to sugarcoat that. They're everywhere. So continue.
They're probably in the Guinness Book of World Records for most pancake houses.
In an area. Yeah.
Where I'm from in Southern Maryland, we're in the Guinness Book of World Records for most liquor stores, like per square mile or something like that. I know, what an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Just shows how boring it is around there. But no, they were all getting into a truck and they were just taking forever, and we were trying to back up, and Sherry's best friend Brian was put on this crazy accent, was just like, Cletus, get your ass back in the truck, you cumbersome son of a bitch. And that was like the joke.
That was the line the rest of the day.
Cletus! Oh man. And on that note, now we pissed off all our Tennessee fans.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
All right.
So 2015 for me is not going to be too big of a year. I've already done the biggest thing I'm going to do this year.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what? Oh, well, there is a big thing that is happening this year. I'm getting married in September, and we have a pretty big honeymoon planned.
Yeah.
But because of the pretty big honeymoon, there's not a lot of trips or money spending in between now and then. So I pretty much have done everything. I get to do King's Dominion and Busch Gardens when free to do so. Sherry, do you have, I think you were trying to plan maybe 1 or 2 road trips?
I'm hoping for Dorney. I'm hoping for Carowinds. I don't know if it's actually going to work out, but that's the plan.
All right. Anne, you have anything to look forward to in 2015?
I'd really like to do Carowinds because I've never been there, and I ride Fury.
Yeah, I've never been there
That
either.
needs to be
So
in my life. Dorney definitely. So that Shari and I can marathon ride Hydra all
we
day.
love Hydra
Oh my God.
all day long.
Shari is a unique individual when it comes to
Everything, but
to
yes.
building up a amusement park. If she's never been to it, the key is to undersell it. The key is to, it's okay. Even though it could be Disney, and Disney's a hard one to undersell because everybody wants to tell you how magical it is.
Yeah, I don't believe people. So
You know, when I'm talking about Disney, I try not to tell her everything that's going to be amazing about Disney, because then she's going to put it on this pedestal that can't possibly be reached, and I'm scared that it's already there. But let's say we're talking about Dorney Park. Dorney Park was the first park I actually used this technique on, where I said, it's all right. And it's not the greatest park ever. Now, it's not. I was being honest. I think I put it probably a little higher regard.
You undersold it.
Yeah,
you were
that was
like,
the point. That was
you're
the point.
like, I would go there once every couple of years. I wouldn't. It's not even worth the drive.
That again was truth for me, because I go every year at least once, and now I'm to the point where I can just wait till I get a coaster. But I tried to undersell. I tried not to tell her how. Usually, I would say I like that park, and I would go into the details of what I like about it. This time, I was just like, it's okay. I kind of undersold it, and I was really hoping that I could undersell Talon, but some other people got in there and said, no, Talon's the greatest coaster alive. It's amazing.
They said it was the best coaster in the park.
And so she got on it, and she was just like, it's okay. She didn't think it was spectacular. But a coaster I didn't even talk about.
I don't like inverted coasters.
Okay.
So
all right.
Yeah.
A coaster I didn't even talk about was Hydra. I didn't even say anything about it. And she had to go use the bathroom, and there was no line for Hydra, so I did what any good fiance would do, and I went and rode Hydra.
So I walked out of the bathroom and saw his ass sitting on Hydra. I was like, oh, cool.
That bastard.
So I got in line and got in the back row. I was like, okay,
So,
I think I'm going to like this ride.
I expected that once I got off the ride, she would be waiting at the exit, and then we would both go ride together. That's not the case either, because being the good fiance she is, she said, screw him, he rode it without me, I'm riding it without him.
Yeah.
So she went up and rode it, and we had gotten off, and we were standing there waiting for her, who's now on the coaster. And I expected to get Cletus, you son of a bitch, speech. And I didn't get that. She came off and she was like, that was the best, most amazing coaster ever. I think it's my number one steal. And I was like,
coaster.
What? Like,
Steal, not best coaster.
I was floored. And then I said, she's just mad at me. That's what she's mad at me.
That's funny.
And that's what she's doing. She's just doing this to upset me. And I'm like, okay, it's really not. She's like, no, this is what we're going to do all day. We're going to just ride Hydra, and it's amazing. It's my favorite color. It's my favorite kind of type of coaster. It's my favorite name for an inverted loop before a lift hill. It's really just it's awesome.
It was amazing.
Well, you guys had left Nikki and I behind, because meanwhile we were eating lunch because we were hungry while this was all going on. And
this is what happens when you have a large group. Everybody's just like, screw it, we're all going to go do stuff. I got to go to the bathroom. Go ahead, we'll wait. We're not going to wait.
Well, we were actually looking for you guys, and then we're like, oh, hey, we haven't ridden this one yet, and got on Hydra. We didn't even see the JoJo roll because we got in line for the
I didn't either. Me too.
So that caught us way off guard, because we're rolling out of the station, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, we're going sideways. Oh.
That's exactly what I did. I was like,
So that was the first selling point right there, is we were upside down before we even reached the lift hill.
Yep.
Now, for those of you who have not been to Dorney Park before and ridden Hydra, or have done your YouTube POV of Hydra, Hydra does a inversion called the JoJo roll, which is a inversion that happens before the first lift hill, before the main lift hill of the ride. So you leave the station, go into an inverted loop, corkscrews, it's a barrel roll loop, and then you continue to the lift hill. The coaster itself is very small. It's not a very large floorless coaster, so it doesn't have a lot of space to work with back in that section of the park. So I've never held it in high regards as far as floorless coasters. Dominator's my favorite floorless, and then there's some other floorless like what is it? It's
Griffin's floorless.
Well, that's floorless, but it's not a floorless coaster.
Yeah.
What is the one up? Bizarro? Bizarro Six Flags
Oh yeah,
Great Adventure?
I love Bizarro.
I like Bizarro.
Bizarro's good.
And then Hydra would probably be my top 5, only because I've probably been on 6 floorless coasters, but I would never hold it that high.
No
so, I mean, my 2 favorite coasters are Talon and Steel Force. I really like Steel Force at Dorney.
Steel Force is a good one.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's old school, but
I was severely underwhelmed by Talon.
Hydra was
We only rode it once, and I was done.
All right.
How many times did we end up riding Hydra?
I think we rode Hydra like 5 times.
Yeah, I was 5 or 6, I think.
It should have been more,
and I
but the
didn't
line
want to
was bigger
leave.
at the end.
Exactly.
So now they're planning a girls' weekend up to Dorney to
Yeah, we're naming it Hydra Weekend.
Hydra Weekend.
Well, my stepmom has a house in York, Pennsylvania.
So everybody's invited. Come on down. Just click on the link at the bottom of the screen.
I'm not telling you where in York. But we were going to hit Canogas too.
Oh,
because
God.
I've never been there before.
Yay!
All right then. So Fury's another coaster you want to get to?
Yeah.
Why would you want to get to Fury?
Basically, everything I've always said a roller coaster needs to be. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for it. But Braden talked my ear off for about 25 minutes because I drove him home, and I drove him back to my house. I mean, and I was
Whoa! Let's hold the phone right there for a second. Let's linger on that. Braden's driving you home? Or are you driving Braden home?
I drove Braden back to my house. I picked him up from your work.
You drove him back to your place?
Yes. Anyway, and I thought he was talk about it for about 5 minutes, but no, he definitely talked the entire drive home, and he made it seem even better. He's a really good storyteller. He uses sound effects and moves his hand and all this stuff, so I was like, all right, I got it. It's a good ride. Oh, okay. I don't know. Talk.
I stuffed a cookie in my mouth. You guys got to keep going. Can't spray cookie all over the camera.
I'll take the cookies away.
Hey, that was $2. It was hard-earned cash. Guess who I ran into yesterday at my job, my place of employment?
Oh, I already know.
You do?
Oh, well, he posted on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, David Allen.
Yeah.
Came up. I guess he was on his way back from Carowin, stopped at Kings
Now,
Dominion.
did he know you worked there when he stopped by?
Yeah, he stopped there. I guess he had messaged me, but I'm not allowed to have my phone at my job. And then he came in and got his coaster credit. So
I was sad when I heard about that, just because I had dropped Sherry off at Funland probably around the same time.
Exactly.
So you guys could have come in and seen.
We definitely could have.
Yeah. He's a big fan of our YouTube page, so he's probably watching this video right now.
Hi, David.
Hi, David. We had told him about the video, the In the Loop on the Road. Now, if you guys like this style of video, we're encouraging you to comment below or like the video, so we know if we should be doing more of these. So, In the Loop on the Road on the way to an amusement park. So, and who knows, we may do one on the way back if we have enough time. So, Fury. It was amazing.
Are you going to talk for the next 20 minutes about it?
No.
Okay.
We already did a podcast In the Loop on the Road. Not exactly sure what its name, but it was the second In the Loop on the Road we did, where me and Braden talked about the media day, all that stuff. So you can go check that one out. In the Loop on the Road, something from like on our way back from Fury, or on the way to Frankie's, or something. I don't even know. On the way home. Any other parks? What's that?
Tempesto.
Woo!
Yes.
That finally got named.
Yes, and announced. So we got that coming up here. Oh, we're one exit away from Kings Dominion. Yay. One exit away. I am looking forward to it. I'm excited to ride it. I'm not excited.
Yeah. In line for it.
I feel like it's going to be one of those coasters that even though Busch Gardens is a home away from home, it's my second home park, I guess you could say. I'm there a few times a year, less than I would like to. I would usually like to go once a month at least, but it doesn't always happen that way. I feel like every time we go, the line is going to be longer than I would like to wait for, so I won't end up waiting for it, and therefore I won't actually get a chance to ride it. It's going to be one of those coasters.
Rainy day.
Yeah,
a rainy day coaster.
or first thing.
Very similar to Volcano in that retrospect.
Yeah, that's
most
a good point.
coasters at King's Dominion, I'm able to catch and get on sometime throughout, the day. Volcano is one of those coasters. If you don't get it right when it opens in the morning, you're not going to get it the rest of the day.
Exactly.
The
Or
exclusion
at the
being
very end of the night.
Right at
Yeah,
closing is a good time.
that's
too.
true. Yeah.
the exclusion being if it's a rainy day, sometimes you get lucky enough where the line never really just forms, and if they keep it running, then you're good to go. So I think that Tempesto is going to be similar to that. The capacity is very small for that style of a coaster. Actually, for that style of a coaster, it's a very large capacity because I guess they added four seats or another car to
Better
it.
than we thought it would
Yeah.
be originally.
Yeah, but still, I think it went from like 12 to 18 or
Yeah,
something like that. It's
yeah.
still a very small number of people can ride it every cycle,
Yeah.
and every cycle is going to take somewhere between 4 to 6 minutes, depending on the ride crew that you have. So every 6 minutes, 18 people, that equals a very low number when you're talking about
They
the
said
capacity of a
something about they were
coaster.
aiming for like 700
That
riders
seems
an hour or
really
something
high,
like that,
though.
But
I don't see
again,
how they could
really
hit
have
that.
to be like
The manufacturer,
Smaller,
the
they're
manufacturer is always going to give you the best case scenario.
Yeah.
It didn't break down.
Right.
It didn't have any issues.
Yeah.
Guests did not have to be removed for being too big.
Or too
The
skinny.
ride,
Yeah.
the ride. Yeah, she almost got kicked off a coaster for being too skinny. That's crazy. The ride operators are working at peak efficiency, and that's for 1 full hour. That none of that happens.
Yeah.
So any of that happens, it's already putting a damper on that capacity number. Anytime you have people having to get off for loose articles, anytime you have any of those kind of issues, you're now eating into the capacity of the roller coaster. So if they're saying 700 is what they're shooting for, realistically you're looking between 500 and 600 as a viable option. So, and that's a very low number, especially for a park like Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
That is a very busy park. It is usually very full. Most people don't go to ride roller coasters, so that's a little
That
bit
is
on
a
your
good-
side.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, people are going to ride the coasters because they're there, and Tempesto is going to be the hardest one to get on.
Well,
So
look at the highlight though. You can ride all your other favorites because everybody else will be in line for Tempesto.
True.
yeah, but even again, the line could be a very small line, and it's still going to take forever for those people to get on. So the line's going to move a lot slower than the normal queue line works, and that again, like Hypersonic XLC at King's Dominion, and now King's Dominion is in view, so we're getting ready to wrap up here. Hypersonic at King's Dominion had this same issue, where the line could be short, but still was an hour wait, because you can only do 8 people per ride. You're only getting 2 launches per every 5 or 6 minutes, so that's 16 people. So that is a lower capacity than what Tempesto is shooting for. But it's very similar. They're about getting in the same range there.
Yeah.
Well, what I was saying is it can always be a good thing. Like if you're a fan of, other roller coasters in the park that you can't normally ride a lot because the lines are so long, whenever there's a new roller coaster, like, for example, in '96 when Outer Limits Flight of Fear opened at King's Dominion, that line was like 3.5, 4 hours long.
Always.
So it's like, when
Even
I
on
was
a
younger,
Wednesday. Yeah.
my parents went and waited in the line for like 3.5 hours. My friend and I rode Anaconda probably 37 times in a row.
First time she
That
was
like
named
my
Anaconda
record
Anne.
for that. But
I'm
it
very
always makes
close
it
to
nice
you.
if you want to ride other stuff multiple times.
I'm very close to you on that record. On Anaconda, they don't make you get off, so you can just stay on the coaster as long as no one's in your line. And me and I believe Will Holder went down to King's Dominion on a spring break day, and there's nobody at the park, and we got on Anaconda, and there was about 3 or 4 people coming into the station every time, but they were running 2 trains, so it's never anyone on the coaster. And we said, we're going to make a deal. We're not getting out of these seats until somebody gets in our row.
Yep.
And 36 times of riding later, someone
didn't
finally
lose
got in our
count?
row. No, we kept counting.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it was
lose
like
count.
2, almost maybe 3 hours worth of just sitting on the coaster. Like we were beat. Like we were raw. It was crazy.
My record of not getting off the coaster was actually on Apollo's Chariot, back when they used to not make you get off. I rode that about 14 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nitro, we did 3 hours of ERT one night at for B&M Bash up at Six Flags Great Adventure, and I think Me, Gavin, and Tony, and I think Gavin and Tony actually got off. I think I stayed on it the whole time because Batman was also open, and I can't really fit on Batman. They don't have big boy seats on that one. So they ran over to Batman but came back, and I think I rode it 16 times in the 3 hours that we were there. Which maybe it was 2 hours. That doesn't seem right. 2 hours probably was it. And that was the ride. It was evening. Me and Gavin and Tony were on the ride, and I said, I wonder what it would be like to ride this without a shirt on. So we got up to the top of the lift hill, and I took my shirt off and put it over my head, and just, well, no, I did it after the camera. So the camera, they weren't like, look at this guy. You don't want to see that on ride picture. So I flipped up my shirt and did the ride shirtless. Gavin decided to follow suit and do it as well. Tony didn't. Tony didn't want to see what it was like to ride Nitro shirtless at night. So,
some people just don't think about there.
Yeah, I mean, if I remember correctly, and probably am not, but I believe he was sandwiched in between me and Gavin. So maybe that was the reason why he kept his shirt on. I don't know. All right, we are now officially pulling into the King's Dominion parking lot, so we are going to go ahead and go enjoy the rest of our day inside the park. We're going to bring the video camera in on my nerdy GoPro stick. Can you pull up the GoPro stick so we can show people real quick? This is pretty amazing. This is my professional selfie stick. Look at that. Look at that. This is amazing. I love this thing. It's pretty awesome. We're now pulling into the parking lot here. I don't know if you can tell or not. Probably not from the video. This is actually where we started our first in-loop road trip on our way down to... Oh, do you have your season pass? Perfect. Perfect. Look at that. What do we want to do first?
Depends on what's open.
Yeah.
Well, Flume and Whitewater Canyon are not open today.
Well,
thank goodness.
can we just turn around
Hello.
and
How
go
you
home?
doing?
Good. How are you doing today?
Good. Sharon?
That's her right there. She's checking up on her.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Thanks. They never check.
There you go,
No.
Sharon.
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 No.
That was my. Did you get that a lot?
Yes.
Sharon.
That and Walker, Texas Ranger.
Sharon. Oh man. We're parking in the season pass parking lot. Her family is trying to get me to take her last name when we get married.
Clint Walker. It's a good name.
Clint Walker. Is that somebody famous, right?
Yes, it's old Western star.
Wah, wah, wah.
It sounds like a badass name though. Like you wouldn't mess around with someone named Clint Walker. There you go.
Yeah, I got it. I had to try it a few times in a few different positions, but we got it.
Dirty.
All right. All right, that wraps up the in-loop road trip to King's Dominion. We will be taking the selfie stick in and doing some food reviews and showing you around the park what it looks like for spring 2015. Thank you guys very much for watching our On the Road podcast, and we'll see you guys on the Midway. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.